Well, hello, guys. Thank you for coming to this session. Really do appreciate it. And this is really about getting over maybe a difficult moment in our professional careers and just kind of clearing out a little bit in preparation for a bit more focus and a bit more direction in future sessions. So if you've never been into any sort of hypnosis before, just roll with it a little bit. You're here, you've signed up for it, so you've obviously got an interest. So just roll with it. Try it out. Anyway, let's get going. So this session, we're going to be talking about overcoming what is likely to be a sense of loss, a sense of disempowerment, and probably some quite deep hurt. The way that you're feeling now is going to be the result of some sort of emotional response to an event, an experience, or a challenging conversation. Perhaps someone has spoken to you in a way that you feel was unfair or inappropriate. Perhaps the tone of the conversation wasn't managed very well and you feel got at, or harassed, or unreasonably challenged, belittled. There's likely to be a part of you that has taken on board what was said, but then processed it further, potentially really drilling down and focusing on the negative aspects, and maybe missing some small positives or reasonable parts of the conversation or event. You may have internalized that conversation and mapped any of those negative comments onto some potential negative self-talk. I'm not good enough. I always mess up. I never get it done. Perhaps they're right. Well, when you were feeling at your best, you may have told that person why they're incorrect. You may have pointed out the huge range of things that you do that are so good, the contributions you make, the energy you put into your role. When you're feeling at your best, you can brush off the pettiness. You can allow it to flow around you without hurting, without leaving marks on your psyche. When you're feeling at your best, you can stand proud, not allowing these comments, brief interactions, unexpected challenges to affect you. Because you are a capable person with a huge amount to offer. So you don't need to focus on the negative. And hold it tight. You don't need to take the negative and internalize it. You can choose to respond in such a way that no matter what happens, no matter how tough things sometimes feel, you always have the choice in how to react. Now, I'm not trying to tell you that the path is smooth, that everything is going to be plain sailing. You still have work to do. But you need to remember that you are a capable person who can control your destiny. The outcome is going to be the result of the action that you take. They can't control that. They can't micromanage your feelings. They can't undermine the steps that you take. That's your decision. So let's stand up and do away with unresolved fear and anxiety and sadness. Let's recognize the hurt. Let's face it head on. Let's compartmentalize it, package it up, and send it on its way. In this session, you're going to recognize how you feel. Acknowledge it as an important step in your journey and put it in its place so that you're ready to take the next steps, whatever they may be, confident in the knowledge that you are capable, you have skills, you have experience, you have passion. You can do this. So before we go into any full-on hypnosis tonight, I'd like you to make a couple of agreements. The first thing I'd like you to agree to is the fact that you're ready to change. So if you are ready to change, I'd like you to get a picture in your head of the people in your family or in your friendship groups who genuinely love you and who you love. And when you're ready, would like you to close your eyes and picture the person or people. And as you do so, allow a small smile to turn up the corners of your mouth. Maybe allow yourself a gentle nod as you agree that you are ready to change. You are ready and willing to put aside any sense of hurt that is preventing you from making progress and feeling happy. As you sit there, take a moment. Acknowledge that feeling of love and know that you are ready to change. That's right. You're doing that really well. Now, if you haven't done so already, you may want to open your eyes, sit comfortably, maybe move around a bit just for a second. So I wanted you to agree to two things, and you've already agreed that you are ready to change by putting to one side that sense of hurt and reminding yourself of your huge ability and potential. So I'm going to ask you in a moment to agree to take action, to take steps, to refuse to be beaten into submission. These don't need to be giant actions or imagined altercations. These actions can be internal. They can be decisions. You can choose to be the person that responds in a particular way that you choose. You might reflect on things that make you feel happy, motivated, renewed and ready to take on whatever challenges you face. Your actions may be a walk to your favourite beauty spot, cooking yourself an amazing meal, a personal best at the gym, or just turning up at the gym. Your actions are your own. It's your decision to make. You may decide that it's time to write it all down. Get it out there. You may decide to speak candidly to a friend or loved one about how you feel. You may decide to create a new routine that helps you to put things into perspective. It's your choice. So once again, when you're ready, I would like you to remind yourself of those people who love you and care about you and who you love. Picture them. Get a sense of them as those eyes slowly close. And as you sit there comfortably, tell yourself that you can take action, that you are going to take steps. You do deserve to be in control. And as you tell yourself that, allow that smile to creep back into your face, maybe feeling a little bit lighter, and tell yourself that you can do it. Doesn't matter what anyone else says. You can do it for your loved ones. You can do it for yourself. So take a moment. Feel those positive sensations. Feel that smile. Feel the gentle head nodding. Feel your comfortable breath. That's right. Now allow yourself to slowly come back to awareness, feeling ready to put down the burden of the past and step forward under your own power. Okay, so hopefully you're still with me and we're ready to go into the next stage. You're doing really well. This is your journey today, and however it feels to you is okay. You don't need to worry about doing it right, because you will. You don't need to worry about any little thoughts that buzz around in your mind. Just relax into the process. Follow what feels right for you. Buy into it. If I ask you to imagine something, just try and imagine it. Guaranteed, it'll be different from how other people imagine it. If I ask you to feel something, seek out that feeling. Again, how it feels for you is going to be different to how it feels for other people. This is your process. This is for you. Now, you might well be hoping for some sort of strange ritual that sends you into the depths of hypnotic trance. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but we are probably already there. Hypnosis is really about bringing the focus of our attention onto something and seeking to explore it, adapt it, and make it work more effectively on our behalf. Hypnosis bypasses the logical part of our mind and it seeks to get to the patterns of our thoughts and behaviours. And when you think about these patterns, they are the repeated behaviours and thoughts that a subconscious mind gives us as a response to what we think is happening. And those responses are very rarely the result of pure logic. In some ways, you could consider them to be not rational. They're the results of the filtering and sifting as our mind seeks ways to keep us safe and functioning. Sometimes these patterns feel like a part of us, and indeed, we're going to talk to a part of us during this session. That part has formed in the past in order to do something positive for us, to trigger a behaviour that keeps us safe. And it does this automatically, and we respond subconsciously. We don't have to remind ourselves how to walk one step at a time. We're not consciously thinking about moving a spoonful of cornflakes into our mouth. Sometimes we've done an entire journey to work with no sense of awareness because our subconscious mind has been working on our behalf. Sometimes our parts respond in a way that would have suited a child, as those behaviours were learned. At other times, those parts might be formed by having to constantly bite your tongue in response to criticisms or a feeling of micromanagement. But as you're more experienced or in a different context, that part no longer serves us in the same way. So we're going to talk to that part. So let's get into that relaxed state of hypnosis. I'd like you to follow along listening to my voice and allow your subconscious mind to take you wherever you need to go. So when you're ready to be hypnotized, I would like you to slowly breathe in and allow your eyes to close. That's right. With your eyes closed, you can begin to relax. At first, you may be aware of those eyes and even wish to open them sometimes. That's fine. I don't want you to go too deeply into hypnosis too quickly. It's so much easier to simply relax and see this as time out. Just for a time, imagine nobody wants anything. Nobody expects anything. You have nothing to do now. Just see this as a time out and allow yourself to relax. And as you relax, you might notice it's easier to be more aware of some things than before. The sound of my voice, sounds in the room and from outside the room, and the comfort of your chair as you continue to relax in your own way. You can feel your feet on the floor and your hands resting lightly on your lap or the arms of your chair, as you continue to allow that letting go to continue in your own time and in your own way. You're doing wonderfully. As you relax, it becomes easier and easier to become more and more aware of the variety of things that you might otherwise overlook or get ignored. The colours in your mind's eye, the thoughts and images that drift through your mind in a continuous flow. You can take this time out for yourself to look inside. You can listen to me. And you might notice your own inner voice in there, wondering this and wondering that. Let it just do its chattering as you listen and try to be aware of the words I'm saying. Even though at times listening to me might be too much effort to bother making, just allow your body to relax and the mind to relax with it now. Letting go of the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax before the other. Letting go of the effort it takes to be aware of which hand feels lighter. It just might be too much effort to bother making. But it takes a little time to really experience that letting go. In your own time and in your own way, I know you understand in your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind can continue to hear, to understand and respond without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind to go anywhere it wishes as you hand responsibility to your unconscious mind, it can continue to listen, understand, and respond. You can let go of an ear, an elbow, even the entire body at times, as you relax and allow those thoughts to drift. Recognizing your unconscious is a resource that you can learn from. Now, I'd like to ask your unconscious to identify the part of you that runs the protective mechanism that's kept you safe. And when it is done so, I'd like that signal to occur. That's right. Your eyes twitching, fingers moving, head nodding. I'd like to ask that part to let you know what it's been trying to do for you, what its positive intention has been. And when it has done that, I would like that signal to occur. I'd like to ask that part to use the creative resources and identify as many other ways of satisfying that intention of keeping you safe and protected, while allowing you the freedom from any irrational fear and anxiety. And each time it finds a new choice, I would like that signal to occur. So allow your mind to wander as your subconscious looks for effective solutions that you know, ways of reacting, ways of responding that don't allow anyone to have control over the way you feel, that don't allow anyone to manage your emotions, so that your subconscious mind is able to make positive choices. That's right. That's it. Now, as your mind, your subconscious mind, your powerful subconscious mind makes a decision, I'd like it to make a signal occur. And now I'd like every other part of you to go ahead and make any changes necessary to accommodate that new positive choice seamlessly into your life. That's right. And when that has happened, I'd like your signal to occur. And now I'd like to thank that part for communicating and to make those changes now. That's it. Well done. So imagine yourself on a train. We're going to go on a small journey. And you're gently rocking back and forth as it glides along a beautiful scenic route. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels against the tracks creates a soothing melody, lulling you into a state of calm. You've found a window seat where soft sunlight filters through, casting a warm glow on your face. And outside, rolling hills and vibrant landscapes blur by, a canvas of nature unfolding before your eyes. As you settle down into your seat, you become aware of a heavy suitcase resting against you. This suitcase holds all the burdens you've been carrying, the worries about the future, regrets from the past, and the fears that linger like shadows. With every bump along the track, the weight of the suitcase seems to grow, pressing down against you, reminding you of the weight you have been lugging along. And as the train begins to pick up speed on its journey, you take a deep breath, feeling the air fill your lungs, refreshing and invigorating. You glance out of the window again, reminded of the beauty of the landscape as you allow it to draw your focus away from the suitcase. Each scene you pass, sunlit meadow, a babbling brook, a distant hill, a beautiful seashore, invites you to let go, invites you to breathe in the freedom of the open space around you. And as you continue to observe the world outside, you realise that the train is approaching a beautiful traditional station, a serene stop surrounded by lush gardens and vibrant flowers. And you can feel a gentle nudge within you, urging you to take action. It's time to lighten your load. And with a sense of purpose, you lean down into the suitcase and you notice the latch, worn and sturdy, and as you lift it, a wave of determination washes over you. You open the suitcase and begin to explore its contents. And each item symbolises a burden. The heavy coat of doubt, the shoes of regret, the books filled with unfilled dreams. And as you hold each item, you acknowledge its presence, understanding the role it has played in your life. And one by one, you begin to place these items back into the suitcase, but this time with different intentions. You focus on what you no longer need. The coat of doubt slips away easily, shedding the chill it has brought. The shoes of regret follow suit, their laces untied and their weight forgotten. And as you remove each burden, you feel a lightness growing within you, as if the very air around you is encouraging your release. Finally, you look into the suitcase and see it filled with only what truly matters. Lessons learned, cherished memories and hopes for the future. The weight has transformed. It feels manageable to you now, filled with purpose rather than burden. And with a sense of clarity, you close the suitcase and decide to leave it behind on the station. As the train slows to a stop at the picturesque station, you stand up, ready to disembark. You glance back at the suitcase, understanding that you've chosen to leave behind what no longer serves you. And you step onto the platform, leaving the suitcase behind, and you feel the solid, warm ground behind. And you walk away from the train and the suitcase at the station with a renewed sense of freedom, embracing the open road ahead. The vibrant flowers maybe sway in the gentle breeze and reflect the joy that now fills your heart. Each step forward feels lighter as you embark on this journey, unencumbered by the burdens and anxieties of the past. In this moment, you know you have the power to carry only what truly enriches your life, stepping boldly and confidently into your future. I want you to relax in that state, having put down the weight of unnecessary discomfort and sadness. And we're going to move now into another stage of clearing out and doing away with uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. You know now that in fact you can take charge of how you feel and how you approach things. We're going to focus in on a specific moment where you felt that unpleasant loss of agency, where you lost that feeling that anything was within your grasp, and you maybe remember a version of a conversation that hurt you. Your subconscious mind is going to take control. Remember that this is your time and your powerful imagination, so allow the images, feelings and sensations to flow in a way that suits you. So, just for a moment, that chair you are sitting in is a time machine. And you're going to go back through time as if time doesn't exist. Back to the very first moment that relates to that feeling of anxiety, sadness or anger. that you want to be free of. And in a moment, I'm going to click my fingers. As you hear me click my fingers, the chair is going to be sucked backwards through time, as if time doesn't exist. And I want you to be brave about this, because you may revisit those past events or that event where you felt that unpleasant emotion. But this time when you go back, you're going to go back with all the strength you have now, all the understanding and determination that you have now, knowing that you are in control, knowing that you will have got through it. You're going to go back with all the understanding and strength, and you're going to look at that event again with the eyes that you have now, the strength and understanding you have now, knowing that you survived it and you're going to carry on. You'll reassess it. You'll take strength and learnings from it, and you will let go of the negative emotion. So get ready. As I click my fingers, you are going to feel that chair being sucked back through time, hundreds of thousands of miles an hour. Get ready. That's right. Feel that feeling now. You're going back through time as if it doesn't exist. And in a moment, you're going to see past that vision of you, about to go through that experience for the first time. Drop down beside them and be with that version of you, with the understanding that you have now, and walk your other self through that experience. Tell them what they need to know, what they need to hear. Let them know they got through it, they survived it. Tell them what they need to hear to give them the comfort they need. Take all the strengths from that experience, all the useful learning. Store them in that part of your mind that you have for such things. And when you're ready, let go of the emotion that's attached. Any guilt, fear, embarrassment or shame, let it go. Take the learnings and the strengths, but let go of that unpleasant emotion and do it now. Allow the emotion, sadness, anger to flow out of you now. Just let it happen. That's it. Now thank the other version of you for going through that for you. Remind them that you survived it. And then when you're ready to free yourself forever, give that version of you, that memory of you, a hug and say goodbye. Now imagine a line between that past version of you and your current self. Step over that line into your future. But turn around and see that other version of you with a smile on their face waving goodbye as they free you forever. And then turn around and drift back to now. Only as quickly as you can reassess every subsequent event that led to now, to this new decisive you. And then slowly drop back into your chair, into your body, free of the past, free to be. Do it now. Well done. Now, as you sit in that lovely relaxed state, you can imagine yourself feeling confident enough to face any challenge. You can imagine yourself in the future responding confidently and firmly to any conversation, knowing that you are enough, that you are significant and valuable. You are loved and you're appreciated, and you hold great value to others. You should also get a sense of yourself stepping into a bright and positive future, knowing that you deserve to enjoy your life, knowing that you enjoy rising to a challenge, understanding that you are entitled to follow your own dreams and aspirations. This is your choice. You're worth it and you deserve it. So take a moment to really enhance those feelings, to sit and appreciate the feeling of control and positivity. With every breath you take, you can breathe in positivity and take your time. Every breath you exhale, allow it to carry with it any negative feelings, any doubt, any sadness, so that you are ready for your next adventure, That's right. Before you drift up completely, I want you to use these last few minutes, a short time that may seem like a long time, to go over your decisions this day. A decision that comes from you. And because it comes from you, you can stick with the decision you made, to make the changes necessary to free yourself forever. In the coming days, you will find yourself growing in strength and confidence, enjoying a lightness of being, knowing that something has shifted, something has lifted. You have all the resources you need. So use this time to reflect on any empowering thoughts, ideas and insights that you can take with you. On your way, enjoy the freedom, free to be everything you can. And it may be interesting to know, in that relaxed state where you listened and let words drift through the mind, like dreams. Some get left behind to be used later on. Others seem to be remembered at first, but then become forgotten. The entire experience can seem so far like a dream. The harder you try to remember those details, the more distant they become. And that's fine, because time can change too. And what seems like a short time can turn out to be a long time. And what seems like a long time can take no time at all. We've all had those experiences. Standing in line for something, every second seems like a minute. Coming back from an amazing experience and suddenly we're home. These two minds can learn a great deal from your time here. You did brilliantly. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and on 5 you will come back to this room, fully reorientated, refreshed, revitalized. Knowing, of course, that you've not been asleep. The next time you get into bed to sleep, you can sleep wonderfully, awakening at an appropriate time, refreshed and revitalized. 1. Feeling your feet on the floor and your hands resting there. 2. Take a deep breath in of energy-giving oxygen. 3. Take another deep breath, fill the chest. That's right. 4. Imagine that energy-giving oxygen whizzing around your system. And 5. Eyes open, big stretch. That's right. Back in the room. Feeling good. And now once again, I'd like you to think of that feeling. Hopefully, optimistically, thinking about your future. And you'll notice that negativity and sadness has gone.